You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast, promoting people with passion all over the globe. This is your host, Media Man Dan. Let's rock! Here we go. Round 5 we have to be at. Because round 3 was the Patreon. Round 4 would have been Prima Donna. Round 5 with Becca Swan. I am so pumped to get back in. Let's go right away. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Media Man Dan Podcast. It is so great to have you here for another amazing chat with one of my favorite guests, Becca Swan, straight out of Canada, Montreal, everything in the French world this woman knows, and all of the skills when it comes to her music making. She brings us a brand new song, Guilty Girl, to actually make you feel something in the year of 2026. I can't even believe it. I almost said 2025. We are here now. It is 2026. It's a brand new pop song. It's going to make you happy. Welcome to the podcast, Becca. It is so great to have you back. How you doing today?
Thank you, first of all, for having me. I can realize that it's been 5 times already that I've been here. And I love being here. I hope soon enough I'll be like sitting in your couch and we would do that, face to face. Obviously, we should. But I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Life is great. New year.
It's so true. It is new year, new you. You're in a new era of Becca Swan. You always have something pre-planned. Your Pinterest is always loaded with new ideas. How did Guilty Girl become the next single for 2026?
Wow, how did it happen? I guess just life. I released Prima Donna. It was my ego trip, and now I have to be a reasonable woman as well, So I had my ego trip, and now it's time for, helping girls through the process of breaking up and the process of being, tricked into some love game. So I guess I love releasing that during like a January period where it's like all gray and dark and like ugh. And now it's the season for breakups. So now listen to my song, Be Happy, Be Sad, and I'll be the mother of your shattered hearts.
Love it, love it, love it. You're becoming an independent queen. You're inspiring other people. The true feminism we've discussed before is coming out more and more as the songs continue. Guilty Girl, one of the best songs from this artist. If you guys haven't heard it already, go and check out the links in the description right down below. You know that's where you're going to find nothing but gold when it comes to great music. And Guilty Girl is possibly my favorite song from Becca. Now, I have to say, as we said in the pre-chat, which you guys can go and check out, it's a nice, short, easy, fun chat. I think the chorus is so expected that when I got to the verses, I was so pleasantly surprised. It was like opening a gift, and then I was like, oh, verse number 2, opening another gift. It's like getting Christmas gifts or in whatever you celebrate. It's opening a gift, and you're just like, I don't know what this is. It's a spontaneity of it. And then we have a spoken word moment after the second chorus, and then it goes into the outro, which has some woes and ohs, and I'm all about that. Layering, all about that. And it's just perfect. It's a perfect song. It exactly matches what I would expect as your evolution has gone from, very independent to very nearly professional sounding. I'm like super into this. I love what you're doing here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, obviously, the idea, as I said before that, is we're trying to take this idea that I had when I was 16 and to build something interesting. So we had a chorus that is very, a simple chorus. We struggled for the chorus because we had millions of ideas and it was all over the place and it was not as great as the verses. But I should say the verses were my favorite part. First of all, writing, 3 lines for a verse. Usually we're more used in pop music for I don't know if you say foot in English. In French, we say like a foot, So you're going to write 4 lines and then it's going to be either 4 or 8 measures. But I did it with 3. She was standing, wouldn't fall in the void of love. And that was great because it was very like on point of what I wanted to say, you
Hmm.
know? And since the song was very childish at first, um, especially with the rest of the song, because the beginning, I think I didn't change anything, but the spoken part, as you said, as you mentioned, was very childish. It was just an improv of me just, you know, improvising things in the studio. I decided to write something more like with more impact because I wanted to say something for girls, not just talk about this lost girl, but actually mean something for anybody that would listen to the song. So this is why I thought, what could I write? And I wrote so many different versions of that spoken part. But then I came to that idea of like, I'm gonna be the guide. I'm gonna guide through you through the song. You're gonna listen to it. You're gonna feel like you're that person that got cheated on or tricked in a love game. And by the end of the song, you're gonna realize that even the guide was that girl. I feel like it's a smart song
It is a
because
smart song.
it's clever. You know, you don't know till you know. Till you get to the end and you're like, oh, one word changed the whole context. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go through the first verse here because I love
Yeah.
it. She was standing, she
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't fall in the void of love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh. I know I have to add that. Every time that people would, make us read lyrics of songs in choir, we would have to do the like mouthing chanting kind of thing. And I hated it for when you had like notes that you're supposed to hold out, and it's just like, oh, oh. It's like anticlimactic as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, afraid of men, never gave a chance to anyone. So we got the void
Oh.
of love and then to anyone, which technically is not a rhyme, but I can say it fits really, really well. And then we get to verse 2, and there was so much more where I expected it to go with the rhyming, where she first met him, when she first met him, she could feel deep in the wound healing, and it's healing, like really like different sound than I expected. Then when she first kissed him, she could feel deep in the love craven. But I think you
Mhm.
say it with a bit more of a craving
Craven.
is craven.
Craven. The love Craven. Yeah.
Okay, so it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of still with the same rhyme scheme. And
Yeah.
then by the end, we got when they first made love, she could hear above, which is love above instant, the angels singing. And I thought at this point, I was like, Healing, Craven, singing, but she did singing. And I was like, now I'm thinking about it more. And that's where my live reaction was going on. I was just like, well, I'm getting to the chorus, but I'm really loving what I'm hearing here, and I want to see where it goes. And then it goes, she'll regret it. Thought this love was flawless. Left her heartless. And it's heartless with like 2 words behind it, where it's a double meaning. So it's not just heartless as in someone that, broke your heart, but it's also heartless as in you've been pulled away from your love.
Mhm.
It's like a wonderful, like really well, like lyricized version of heartbreak. And I really, really liked it when I was reading it at the same time as listening, and just the way that you use your tempo is different on your voice here. You have a lot more interesting delivery, and yeah, the beat with it, as we were discussing beforehand. Her incredible producer from Australia really touched this up, and it is as close as modern can possibly be for you. And I'm really happy that that could happen because you need to blow up, and you were in like a phase of like nearly 80s techno for a little bit, and then you were like, oh, Monster Bite, and I was like, oh, okay, kind of almost rock, and then you're like, Girls Want to Play, and I was like, okay, back to the 80s, got it. And then you're like Prima Donna, and I was like, oh, okay, don't know what that is. And so it's like this is your defining moment of like you are a modern queen of pop music, and you need to be
Thank
heard.
you. I'll
Absolutely.
take it. Obviously, all these songs you heard, I said it before and I'll keep on saying it, was supposed to be part of an album that I had planned to call Little Puree in French, Little Puree. And Little Puree was all about like mixing all these genres, music, different type of music, all like pop, 80s, techno, ego trip, rock and roll, all of that would have been put in an album. At first, I thought Little Mashed Potatoes, and I was like, nobody's gonna buy an album called Potatoes. So I thought it would be more glamorous if it was a little Frenchy,
Yeah.
puree.
Is puree potatoes?
Puree, it's a puree, it's like a mashed
Oh,
potatoes.
it is mashed potato. Okay, see,
Yes,
as you can tell, I'm
officially.
very good with both languages. I totally understand everything.
No worries. As you're following me, you'll get there
My
at
mind
some
was
point.
like parfait, and I was like, "What are you doing to yogurt? What's happening?"
No, puree, puree.
Puree.
You can also use it as a swear word if you don't want to swear. Like for example, in English, instead of saying damn, you're gonna say dang.
Yeah.
Well, in French, instead of saying putain, which means like slut, but you use it as a fuck, we would say instead of putain, we would say puree.
You're a potato. How do you feel,
That's
Mrs.
like,
Potato Head? You're such a potato. You're acting like a
well,
potato right now. So potato.
it just like came from Sia, because I'm a huge Sia fan,
Yes, you are.
and when I was younger, she had this album that was called Lady Croissant because she was a huge fan of croissant.
Okay.
But apparently, she said in an interview that she would have called this album Lady Vagina, but nobody would have bought it. The label said no. So, so she called it Lady Croissant because
Was Lady Taco not available? Like you've
I
used that
have no
slang for a
clue.
long time.
I mean, she used to live in France a little bit,
Okay.
so I'm guessing that was the idea
The
behind. I
croissant.
don't know, but
So
that album is great.
when
It's only live
people
songs.
misunderstand French, they always go croissant. Is it
Yeah.
croissant or is it croissant?
Okay. It's croissant.
Croissant. Okay, okay. So they
Croissant.
are
There
croissant.
are, it's very aggressive.
Croissant. Croissant.
Croissant. Yeah.
All right,
But
interesting.
I like the croissant. It's very like elegant.
It is very, yeah, it's very elegant. It's very Hello Dolly. It's actually what I was going to talk about. Your wardrobe today is so
Yeah.
different. I know that you're in a period of mourning and everything, but it looks amazing. And like
Thank
you
you.
have this whole style to you that just brings back like the old like what was that classic movie? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but it is a musical and it is
Moulin Rouge?
about a woman and she's in a house and I cannot recall the name. I know it's like, Dan, that's like every movie ever. Like, come on, can you
Um,
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. No,
Yes. You've
haven't
never
heard of
seen
it.
My Fair Lady?
Nope.
It's time to
It's in
watch
my
My
list.
Fair Lady. There we go. That's it.
Will do.
That's it. We're ending the podcast right here. We're gonna go watch My Fair Lady. Just kidding.
Bye.
That's it. Bye. Thanks everyone.
Au revoir.
That's it. That's it. That's all we needed. Okay, but no, let's go. Let's circle back. You said
Yep.
you love Sia, and we've talked about it before. You love specific artists, and you only follow the greatest of people. I have now been invited to be part of the greatness, guys. She has followed me on the Becca Swan account. When she reaches 1 million people or more on Instagram, they're all going to see my name at the top and skip me and go to the people that have blue check marks.
I mean, I don't even have a blue check because I feel like it's a waste of money,
It is. You can get rewarded with it still. I think you have to like hit 10,000 or whatever. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I don't even think so.
Oh, you
I
can't
got,
do it?
that I got monetized on Instagram for some reasons. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why? It's because I
No.
liked everything you've ever made. And they're probably
Oh,
like, this guy's a super fan. She's got a super fan. She's going to blow up. We got to make sure, get more money so she makes more fans like the Superman Dan. Super fan Dan over here. Literally, like
oh, I
every
like that.
story,
I'll get you your blue check,
yeah,
super fan again, fan account.
every reel, every story, every post, I like it all. I have to like it. And that way she knows that someone has seen it. And the algorithm is constantly
Totally.
pushing your stuff out there. Now you're speaking French more, though. And so you have a
Yep.
big French audience, I would assume.
Well, I didn't want to do French content, obviously. It just like came out this way because I've always been very romantic, I
Hmm.
guess. And there's a lot of French songs that are so great that it would be very hard to translate in English because in French there's so many layers and meanings to words. There's words that means literally the opposite of what it means, but that's because there's like a lot of subtlety. That's how you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of that, and
Oh,
um,
subtlety, subtlety. Yeah, I was
subtlety. In
thinking about
French,
like
it's subtilité.
subtlety. Spelling it
Subtlety.
out. I loved it. Yes, yes, subtlety.
So there was a lot of, yeah, so there's a lot of that, and I feel like I needed to make sure before starting doing it in English because I think that would actually make Americans, specifically American people, very happy to start, learning about French culture.
Yeah.
But I needed to know if, first of all, the French people remember those songs because most people that listen to French songs listen to specific things, very specific things. Like people that listens to um very commercial pop songs.
Yeah.
And French culture was always about words and meaning something and layers and depth. And now it's not anymore in the pop culture. There's
Hmm.
even like in the top 50, there's an AI version of Papa Ute.
Oh.
Yeah. And Papa Ute is a song that you might know from Stromae. And that was a great hit all over the world, especially in America. But this AI cover um, is listened by people. Nobody actually sings this song. And that saying, I was like, I need people to rediscover French,
Yeah.
like rediscover French songs and French artists. I I love Barbara. I talk a lot about her. I covered her, and Barbara was such a monument. In French, we used to call her the big lady, but not big as fat, but big as grand, like
And you're talking Streisand? Oh, a
no,
different Barbara. Okay.
not another Barbara. Her name
Okay.
was Barbara, and she was referred as La Grande Dame, and she was a huge monument. I'm gonna send you some. I did some covers of her, and I think I did a cover that I translated in English.
Yeah.
It's called Dis quand reviendras-tu? Tell me when will you come back?
There we go. I was gonna say I was gonna once again just word salad my way through that. Like yes, absolutely. Of course. We all know that too.
Dis quand reviendras-tu? So it's a great. Well, she was very very amazing,
Yeah.
obviously, and I think what I needed to do was starting talking to people about what inspires me as an artist, who inspires me, the meaning behind songs, because nobody really know
Hmm.
anything about the songs they're really listening to. And now that I start to get very, comfortable with the concept, I think I might do it in English.
Got it. To translate everything you've said, and I like that you repeated it because it made more sense to me when I thought about it. I was like, what you're doing is you're looking at the origins of French music. You're looking at like what created the sound that was so beloved before the Americanization that happened throughout every culture. There's a lot of people have, stolen or just have way too much
Right.
idolization of American artists and American sound and American music, like you said, commercial mainstream, and it has unfortunately ruined the depth, emotion, and
Yeah.
soul and spirit that the original music was made for. So I get where you're coming from with that. Unfortunately, one of my favorite artists who I'm seeing this year did that with a very important American song. And his name's Cody Johnson. No shade to him whatsoever. This was probably just a marketing thing. And his people were probably like, hey, people really like when you covered this song. Let's put a whole thing together. He did a song called Travelin' Soldier. And if you heard it, it's by the Chicks, originally called Dixie Chicks. It's about like dealing with real trauma after like 9/11 and stuff. So it's like actual like questioning your government kind of stuff. They actually got
Mhm.
canceled at the time, way back in time before anybody else was canceled. They were canceled for not liking George Bush. So they made that song and it was like a fuck you, but also like very heartwarming and very interesting sound. And what Cody Johnston's version does is makes it into a pop hit. Like just like how much more upbeat can you get? It's mainstream sounding 100%. All the chords and how way that he plays it, there's like no like meaning behind it. It's a cover
Yeah.
that's a cover. And so because I have to talk about covers, I got to talk about your best cover you've ever made. You've had some incredible covers very recently, and your best by far, which is the video I've watched at least 6 times today, is the Phineas cover.
Oh
What
my
an
God.
amazing, amazing idea. A great concept, great, like, artistic point of view on it. You had so many different outfits. It's more than just a cover, it's an actual performance. Everyone, please check it out. It's on her Instagram and TikTok and everywhere. And it's so good. What made you want to do the Phineas song?
Well, first of all, I loved so much Phineas album, for crying out loud. It's the name of the album. I love Phineas because he's one of these artists that, question society. And God knows I'm not agreeing on most of what he believes in, but at least he questions it. And I gotta give it respect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he uses sounds that we don't hear anymore in the pop industry. He plays with the music. He obviously is a great producer, a great singer, a great guitar player. I'm just gonna, you know, compliment him a
Yeah,
lot.
very
But
talented.
um, yeah, very, very talented. And I am obsessed with his songs. Definitely. I think I discovered him with a song called American Cliche. Don't know if you heard it.
I have not.
And it's a great song. And I heard that song and I was like, I don't know who sang that, but this is my new song, my new gem.
This is my jam.
So I started listening to it and stuff. And I started listening to him. And only a makes you question your time on earth.
Yeah.
And as I said, I just lost my cat, 15 years together. And yeah, I don't think I wasted 1 second with him. Actually, I don't regret anything. And that saying, he questions things. There's a song of him called "The Kids Are All Dying," very
Wow.
popular song.
Very morbid.
And this song talks about literally, how can you how can you sing, okay, that was the lyrics. How can you sing about drugs when the kids are all dying? How can you think about sex when the school is on lockdown? Now baby we're next. Maybe we're next. You know.
Ooh.
So yeah, he questions things.
Yeah, that's much deeper than I had expected. This is Billie Eilish's brother, right?
Yes. I don't know why I no shame to Billie Eilish. I just don't like her music, even though Phineas is the producer of most of her songs. For some reason,
To
I
each
just
their own. To each their own. She's in my opinion, I think she's improved since the bad guy days. I think that she has a lot more depth, soul to her spirit of music that we were talking about before. Is like you feel like it's been missing because everything's been so commercial. She's the
Mhm.
opposite of commercial.
Oh
Like,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
Besides her Birds of the Feather, I mean that song is so incredibly close to Last Christmas. You could literally play both songs
Oh
at the
yeah.
same time, and I
Oh
loved.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear it now.
Right? You can hear it now. You're like, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding,
Oh my
ding.
God. Yes. Oh, crazy.
But
Well,
that specifically is the one song that I am like, okay, I'll let it slide. It sounds good and it's super commercial. But when it comes to like my favorite songs, I like Your Power. I had to react to
mm,
that one, and it's like really this depthful. I hate the one from the Barbie movie, but I also respect it because it's
mm,
totally different than what I would expect from her.
yeah.
There's like no vibe that like you're like, ooh boy, this sounds great. It's like the whole
Mm,
time is just somber and sad.
yeah.
You're just like,
Oh, obviously she's a great artist, and
yeah.
I think what I don't like connect with is the fact that I can hear her brother and everything she does.
Hmm.
So I'm like frustrated it's not him, if it makes sense.
What if he's
You
the writer of all of it and he's just like, hey, you sing better on this, sis. Here you go. Take this
It's
song.
probably the case. Well, I know it was the case for Ocean Eyes, which is the song that made her famous.
That's true.
Uh, it was his song, and he gave it to her. And most of the song that she sings, I don't want to say anything wrong, but I think he produces most of her stuff.
Hmm.
So I've been listening, like my DJ X on Spotify puts me a few songs of hers sometimes, and I just cannot connect. But if it would have been Phineas, I think I would have connected more. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's just, a personal taste.
Yeah.
But she's a great artist. All that saying.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean he's less of a whisperer when he sings as well. She's like
yeah.
got that weird tone to her that is not common. She's, as far as I know, never really sang loud besides like at shows. And I always find it interesting because she comes out in like a hockey jersey and she's just like, "What's up, everybody?" And she's just like,
Yeah.
it's just it's like
Actor.
so different, so opposite of what you would have expected.
Mm,
She's like somebody that
correct.
would sit down and play beautiful piano music, well dressed as somebody that just got off of like playing football for like 3 hours. Like it's so odd. She's such an interesting person, but I can say the same with, of course, Lady Gaga, who like created
Mhm.
the odd is now normal kind of thing. Like she was as out there as can be. And I was listening to Out of All Songs, "Perform This Way" by Weird Al, the one where he's like not only paying tribute to Lady Gaga's Born This Way, but he's also parroting the idea that she will literally do anything. She's the only person that makes anything happen. Like she's like, I'll try that. I'll do that. Yep. I have
Yeah.
no fear and nothing can hold me back from putting that on. I will put that on. I will.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
she's
respect.
she's a queen for whatever for everything, not whatever, for everything she's done, because she opened the door for many, many artists, and she showed many people, not just artists. She showed that we can be eccentric. There's no problem with that. And I want to grieve in pink. I'll grieve in pink.
Hmm. There you go.
That's just how I feel.
That's perfect. Literally the intro right there. I'll grieve in pink.
I'll grieve in pink. But yeah, coming back to Phineas, he was well, I had that song stuck in my head. Obviously I feel like it's just a great song.
Yeah.
And then I covered it, and I was like, I need to put it out. I need to release it. I feel like I have something to say here. So I started, like, I don't know, doing these videos, and I'm so glad because on one of the videos you can see Gugus, and yeah, you can also see Minette, Mew in
Yeah.
English. I call her Mew in English, but she's sleeping right now. She's like, she's dead. But yeah, I'm glad I did that. And obviously, um, Phineas used to watch my stories, so I hope he's gonna watch this one.
He watched your stories?
Many times, actually. 3, 4 times he watched stories of mine. I think I did a cover of him a few months ago where I was just sitting on my piano. I was singing The Little Mess You Made in his latest album, in
Hmm.
his new group, the new band, The Favor. And he saw the story. Yeah.
Wow. He's gonna make a Canadian tour just to stop by.
I mean, if he ever needs someone to open for him, I'm fine.
There you go. That's it. Phineas, please give her a shot. I promise. Even Phineas out there, the master producer, the master musician, will tell you "Guilty Girl" is an incredible song. It's true.
Thank you.
It is true. It is true. It's not the same vibe as Billy, but it is a very solid song, and I really enjoyed it. And that's why we got to jump back into promoting it because it's something special. You've been working on it for a long time. You wrote it when you were 16.
Hmm.
I'm guessing it's about the same guy as Monster Bite.
Oh,
Something of
how
that.
could you guess?
Where did I come up with this crazy idea in the
You've
timeline?
been following me for so many years that now you know how to connect the guys in my life.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hope there's no others because as I keep learning more, I'll just be like, so you wrote this one recently, and you'll be like, no, 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 this one was when I was 12. This one was when I was
I
14.
mean, I have I'm working on stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna finish the Little Puree album.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell you everything. I plan on finishing it this year. So I might release two weird songs again that have nothing to do with Guilty Girl or anything I've released so far.
Okay.
But once I'm done, I'm working on something more, me, the actual Becca Swan, the Becca Swan that is, well, currently 22, that's going to turn 23 probably by then, but the girl that I am now and not the 16 years old young girl I was. The
Hey, you're
woman I
still young.
yeah, I'm still young, but I'm more of a woman than I used to be,
Feeling more
and
mature, yeah.
of course I cannot wait actually because I have a demo that I would love to make you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? You're that girl? Is that you on the track?" Which is a very uh, Amy Winehouse song.
Okay, okay. That's
So obviously,
different.
I'm very excited about this, but it's not gonna get released until like 3, 4 years. So obviously, I'll wait.
Is it gonna be like Rehab? Like that's the only song I can think of when it comes to Amy Winehouse.
No, it's called Amanda.
Okay, Amanda.
And yes, and it's because my now ex-boyfriend is had a girlfriend before me. And when I started dating him, I was so jealous of that ex. So
So you wrote a song about her.
I wrote a song about that bitch.
There we go. That's a way to frame it.
I know,
That's a
honestly.
that's a very Taylor Swift kind of response.
Yeah, obviously.
I was
No, no, no.
broken, so I
No
wrote a
shade
song
to
about
her,
that
but
bitch.
I was trying to like, understand my emotions
Hmm.
mainly, and I was like, why it's so silly to be jealous of someone that you didn't know that is not here.
Hmm.
It's stupid how we human are. And I called the song because her name was almost Amanda, not really,
Almost
and
Amanda.
almost. And I was like, yeah, I need to understand my emotions. So I wrote the whole album, well, almost a whole album about my emotions. And honestly, I might send you the demos just to you.
Oh, great. I'm happy to check it out. I'm happy to give you my feedback. And I of course, I appreciate anybody that gives me their time to actually check out new stuff that's coming out. I had the Christian band on that I had last week, 2 weeks ago. And he was like, "What do you think of these songs?" And I was like, "Dude, not only is one of these songs good, this song is your next single. This is no question. Like, don't even hesitate. This needs to come out now." Like he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh." I'm like, "Yeah, it's this solid. Like this is your song." So I think I'll have the same experience where I'll be like, "Becca, I know you want Amanda. I know you want this song. I know you want this, but please for the love of God put this one out first."
I hope so. I
Don't
really
make
hope
anyone wait. No, I
so.
I think the anticipation's great. Have you noticed that it's been a trend recently where every artist is following this same thing? Where it really pisses me off. I actually think about this all the time. There's people that go out of their way. There's Bacon Bits that I've been like really critical of because I've been watching his advice videos, and I'm like, he's giving personal advice, professional advice, and he's also telling everyone to do the same fucking thing. but he's also like, do something different, but do it exactly the same way. Everyone
Yep.
needs to put out the same song and play the same clip of that same song on every single post. And I'm just like, that's going to make me irritated with the song. That doesn't make me want to go
Mhm.
out and hear what the song sounds like. That makes me think like, can you just release it already? Because I'm tired of hearing the chorus. Like
Yeah.
Guilty
Yeah.
Girl, it could have been that position, but instead you give me more of a variety. So I'm not just beaten over the head with Guilty, Guilty Girl. And I'd be like, oh, okay, it's getting a little annoying.
And at first, the chorus was super annoying because
Yeah.
at some point we were like in the studio, and I was looking at my producer, and we were looking at each other, and we were like, you know, let me just open the door for Minette because she's a queen.
Yeah, no
Hang
worries, no worries.
on. When I started, uh, 6 years ago now, music, I heard so many people saying, "You need to find who you are. You need to find your thing." And the thing is, everybody keeps on saying that, but you will never understand who you are until you try, you know?
Mhm.
And people will always like kind of not on purpose, but hold you back in a way and, you know, be like, yeah, you should, find a brand and be very recognizable and stuff. And you're like, sure, but let me try things. And that's actually part of the process, first of all. And actually, my brand is going to come from who I am as a personal person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I keep on hearing people being like, yeah, you're trying too hard to be Lady Gaga and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be Lady Gaga. I'm not even close to what she looked like when she was 20. But I love her. She's an inspiration. Then you can hear in my vocals a lot of Sia because I do a lot of vocals, runs, and
Yeah.
she does a lot of vocal run.
And
But
at the
if
end
you
of this
don't,
track, you got the little wailing with the whoa ohs and the oh ohs.
yeah, then there's a lot of layers, a lot of layers of voices and backing vocals, and that's something that Sia does a lot. But I mean, if you listen to the song, I don't think you're gonna hear Sia. You're gonna hear an inspiration of Sia, but you're also gonna hear a drop of Lady Gaga, and you're gonna hear this is Becca Swan's brand. This is me.
Yes, this is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now.
I
Gonna
love
let the
it.
light shine on me. Just straight into
I
Camp
am
Rock.
Grace. I am Bruce. I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
There
Whoa,
we
whoa,
go. There we
whoa.
go. Combined Camp Rock with The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman, which is directly next to me here. Da, 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 da. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Always have it at a moment's notice. If I have to talk about something, grab it and show it. That's my
That is great. And
talent.
now, you know what? My queen cat is coming back, so I need to open the door again.
Oh, wait for the princess to come back in. Yes.
Yes. Come say hi.
Oh.
Oh my God. Hello, Dad.
Oh my gosh, so adorable every single time.
Yeah, I
So
know.
adorable. I showed Allison the little video of her in the bathtub when you first got her, and just
Oh,
looking up at you, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is adorable." She's growing up fast though. I mean, obviously she's a cat, so 2 years
yeah.
is insane for the cats.
Well, she's an adult now. Well, to me, she'll always be a baby, but she's
Yeah.
an adult, huh?
Now she's a disobedient teenager.
Yeah. Well, she's kind of sad these days. She lost her brother, so
Yeah.
it's hard. Obviously, it's life, part of life. But I'm guessing I actually realized by talking to people, because obviously I needed to talk about grieving and losing someone.
Mhm.
And I talked about it with many, many different people because I realized that I needed to talk about my cat. And I discovered that humans actually, most of human that had experienced loss, especially like a pet, um, still like have this soft spot, this this pain somewhere hidden inside them,
Hmm.
and most of them still have like not pictures because that's normal, but I would say objects like the necklace or the leash or anything
Yep.
from their animal, even if it's been like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years that the animal like passed. So I realized that we human have such a memory for them.
This was my little guy.
Wow.
His name was Sly. Oh, sorry about the
Fly?
reflection there. Yeah, his name was Sly, Sly Baby. I was with him for, I think he was 19. I was 17 when he passed, but he was my bestie. He was my bro, and my only child. You have very little options, and the
Yeah.
cat becomes the number one attack
Obviously.
point.
Oh
But we
wow.
had a good time, and yeah, I still have I think one of his like little uh, balls of hair. We put it on the back side of a picture, that same picture downstairs, or
No
one of
way.
where he's like sleeping. Yeah, because like you said, it's something you can hold. It's something you cherish. It's just bringing that connection back. I'm guessing that you'll have something from Guskus or Gugus that yeah, there we go, and you'll have something like his bed or like one of his toys or
Yeah.
something that you'll hold and think about him. And you know
Obviously.
it's a
Obviously.
sweet sadness that we need to have, as
Mhm.
we're empathetic people, and
Mhm.
we want to make sure that in times of grief you just really need closure, and you're not really going to grab that and feel it. Like you said, you're reaching out for people, but the only way you can really feel it is if you feel that presence of what's not there anymore.
Mhm.
And that's why I think those objects have become so powerful to us. For me, my grandfather passed away in August, and
Oh
I
wow.
have his Bears 85. This is the best team in football from 1985. And I was thinking about getting rid of one of these things because we had two, and I was like, you know what? When I move into my own house, I know for a fact Grandpa will be that. That will be. It'll be like, why do you have that if you don't watch the Bears? I'll be like, because Grandpa loved the Bears. So we're gonna love the Bears because Grandpa loved the Bears, even if they don't want to play the game.
At least they're gonna love it.
Yeah, yeah. It will be. It'll be something I always cherish. And of course, music. If you have a musical connection, there's just something that's so emotional about that. And whenever loss comes with it, it's the sounds, it's the smell, it's the sight. Everything that you remember is there forever. And so,
Mhm.
like, Allison's uncle passed away, and to this day, I think
Wow.
about him every time that we listen to the Neverending Story from Stranger Things. Out of all things, the cover of Neverending Story was an iconic episode in season 3 of Stranger Things. And like everyone's like, "Oh, I love this song. Oh, it brings me back to the 80s." And all it reminds me of was the year that we lost her uncle, and how many times I wanted to be like so buddy buddy with him, because I for a long time would butt heads on things, and I was finally getting into like creepy horror things, and I was telling him how good Stranger Things was, and all I was thinking about while I was hearing that song is like, I can't wait to show this to her uncle. And a few
Oh,
months later, obviously that couldn't happen, but I will always think about that whenever I'm hearing that song. It's something that she doesn't even know. I don't think I've even talked about it, but like that
wow.
time period was so emotional, and I just
Yeah.
loved that summer, and we made the most of that summer. But that's something I cherish, is like you can feel it, you can go back, you can be transported through music in itself. So like you said, you
Mhm.
got to make music with soul, you got to make music with passion. It has to have original sounds and just showing
Yeah.
the origins of what originally created it. And it's just something that you got 100%, especially on Guilty Girl. And I think that the world's ready for it. And I think it's time that we continue talking about how good Guilty Girl is, because it's so good, dude.
Well, let me close the door again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Up and down, up and down. Life of being a cat owner.
Because she's yeah, but you know what? That's actually something really interesting about humans. That's what I'm discovering right now. Because obviously, it feels like all my life I was held in this, paradise, and then one day you get hit by death, and and you realize that it exists. It's not a myth. And it's like you're leaving the island that you used to be on and you're going to the real world. And now I'm part of this world where I'm realizing that, yes, now I have someone that I will never be able to hold anymore.
Hmm.
And once that happens, it's it's hard. It's like crazy. It's very, very, special in a way, but it makes you realize that life life is great, Life
Yeah,
is so
it's precious.
mysterious. It's so unique. We're so blessed to be here. And we
Absolutely.
have to like cherish every single moment because we lost our cat in a very brutal way. He was okay, and the next hour he just died.
Oh,
So that was brutal. And it makes you realize that life is so fragile,
hmm.
very, very, um, yeah, fragile. And then you remember that when you say goodbye to someone, mean it. Mean
Absolutely love that message, and it is true. Grief helps you reflect on the idea
it.
that it's not going to last forever, and that
Yeah.
any moment could be the last moment. Why not? Why not cherish the moments that you have? Why not, put your all into it and make the best out of what you have? But the best
Yeah.
thing when it comes to grief is the healing process. Obviously, it's not great in the beginning, but then the acceptance period, the healing
Yeah.
that comes from it, and if you're a musician, the writing. The writing is so good. Whenever you hear a great artist that has been mourning, they always have like their best album, their best song. Like it just
Well,
follows that. It's so solid because that's just the emotion being captured and put down on paper. And it's like, ooh, it's magical. Absolutely magical. And I don't want anyone to be like, well, thank God Dan said that. I'm gonna go kill my relative and then I'll write a
no,
song about it. It's like,
honestly,
no, that's not the way it's supposed to be.
no. It is
Don't force it.
actually, you know what? Everybody experience griefs in different ways because you don't like through your whole life, you're gonna gain things and lose things. You're gonna lose your first teddy bear, and then you're gonna be so sad and you have to grieve from that, and then you're gonna lose your first friend. It's gonna be hard, and then you're gonna lose your first love, and that's gonna be hard. But you know all that saying, all the griefs you're gonna experience in your life is gonna be um different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the love you're experiencing, and I regret that in every single languages I know, there's no different ways there's no different layers on the word love, because the love I have for you, Dan, is not the same I have for Minette. It's not the same I have for Gugus. It's not the same I have for my mom. It's not the same I have for Becca Swan. All of these loves are so different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was saying that because obviously I said earlier that I just broke up a few months ago with someone, and um, it was very interesting the relationship I had with that person, and very inspiring because I learned a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I have to be grateful for that. And um, as an artist, as an author now, I have to say. Um, I sat down. It was 1 in the morning, and I started like I opened a document, and I started writing. And a month later, somehow I don't know how, in a month I managed to do that, but I finished a book called Road Trip, and that book is actually about relationship and the love story of a girl and a guy that cannot work at
Okay.
all. It can't
So
work.
it's toxic love.
It's more complicated than toxic.
Okay.
It is toxic at some point, but I was not trying to idealize something that is not, you know, can be idealized.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I wrote this story. It was part of like me and my ex and people I've seen around me and breakup stories I heard. And I was like, there's so many layers to stories, because the guy can be an asshole, the girl can be an asshole, but at some point, he was right at some point, she was right at some point, you know.
Yeah.
And now losing my cat makes me realize more layers again,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's not in the same, you know, topic. I'm not talking about like a love story, but love story between two human in a lovable, how can I say, a man and a woman that loves each other, get married and
Yes,
stuff.
yes, yes.
It was my cat and I, but it's a new layer.
different,
Yes.
different version of that. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I wish there were many words to say love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your companion, your companion.
Exactly. But in French, companion means boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess all the animal companions, all the service
Yeah.
animals. Oh
But
man,
you can, oh my God.
in
French is so
French.
annoying for that because in French, like your cat can be your compagnon,
Yeah.
but your boyfriend can be your compagnon.
Some people treat their boyfriend like their cat. It happens.
Yeah, well, happens a lot,
Of course.
people getting treated like dogs,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very common.
or
Very common.
or dogs being treated like human, and it's great. Honestly, we prefer that than the opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that saying,
But back to what you were saying. Layers is like the big thing today. It seems like you like layering in your music, you like layering
yeah,
in life, you like layering in all that. So I'll just go by this. This is a
yeah.
classic quote from Shrek. Donkey
Oh,
says it to Shrek after Shrek says, "Ogres are like onions," and he's like, "Onions are nasty," and he's like, "It's not about the onion," and he's like, "Cakes have layers. Everybody loves cake." So here's what I think when it comes to life, we are all layered in a exact way of a cake. Each
mm-hmm,
portion will be filled with something that is only at that period of time. So each portion gets added on all the way to the top. And then what happens usually at the top of a wedding cake is you get your actual companion that you're supposed to fall in
oh,
love, live ever happily ever after with. But
mm-hmm,
all of those layers, they help you build your confidence, they help you build your wit, they help you build your wisdom to help others. Like you've been helped and then you go on and help others. When I
mm-hmm,
learned in high school that somebody that I went to high school with passed away either following year or 2 years later, it really took me into this mindset of like, holy shit, could this happen to anyone else?
mm-hmm,
Is this a normal thing? And you talk to your parents, you talk to other people that are older than you. Yes, it is. When people would ask me, "Oh, you're 30 now. How do you feel being 30?" I'm like, "How do you handle loss?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You're going to lose a lot of people by the time you're 30. It's not
mm-hmm.
going to be easy walk through, but
Yeah,
it's going to give you that layer that you needed to build yourself up to your best that you will ever be."
yeah.
And
Well,
it's you're learning about yourself, you're learning about how to analyze life, how to see these curveballs that are going to be thrown at you no matter what you go through. You're going to be at your highest high and something's going to destroy it. There's always somebody that's like, I am going to be independent. I'm going to be successful. I'm not going to listen to what my old school parents told me. And then they get into a house and every maintenance problem is now on their plate. They have to figure it out without any help because they want to be a full on independent
mm-hmm,
person. And so they're just drowning in all of the literal water just spraying out of pipes, and they're not able to like change the dryer sheets. They don't know any of these things that they had
yeah,
in their, previous privileged life. But what happens is that they adapt and they move forward. And then what
yep,
they do is they take that learning process and they say, I will remember this, and whoever's around me, I will give them this information just in case they were to make my own mistake right there
mm-hmm,
that I did and just jump to conclusions that they can handle everything on their own. It's not true. No matter how upset I could be with somebody in my family for disagreeing on something, I will never be like, "Oh, well now their opinion means nothing to me." Because I
mm-hmm,
don't I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what their
yeah,
life is actually, giving to them every day. Most people are very internal, and as we learned through Instagram, all the external stuff is bullshit. We all
Yeah.
have the perfect smile. We all have the perfect look. She looks perfect right now, Becca Swan here, but it's not reality. We can't look this way 24/7. We always try to glam it up to make sure that
Mhm.
everybody sees the best side of us. But I
Yeah.
think the realism that you're going to get from those layers of life, you're going to be
Mhm.
so rewarded in the long run to build yourself up to that best part on top of the cake. Whether you find the love of your life, whether you find the
Yeah.
dream job you're supposed to have, whether you find just happiness in
Mhm.
general. Just happiness is so challenging to discover these days. You're really not truly happy until you've gone through everything that you think is making you unhappy and either removing it, replacing it, or trying to adapt to whatever it is, trying to
Mhm.
resolve the issue. And I think
Yeah.
we as humans were so complex. We put so much on our shoulders. We go through this period of grief and it breaks us. We don't know how to handle it. We've already held so much and then it just brings even more weight onto us and we just collapse. We hold ourselves, we hold our friends, we hold our family close, and then we move forward, we learn, and we build another really thick layer on that cake to be
Mhm.
absolutely extraordinary. It's going to be the
Definitely.
best looking cake you've ever seen in your life when you finish your
Definitely.
life.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, obviously it's needed. Obviously it's needed.
Yeah.
And hang on. So we're having my sister here.
Oh.
She left with my cat, just so you know.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, cameo,
Cameo, yeah,
sister
she was not
Swan.
Sister Swan, exactly. I agree with the layers. I agree with how life brings you to like who you are going to be.
Hmm.
And I just think that then you have to decide if you're gonna learn from the mistakes or not. I don't know why what you said made me think of Miley Cyrus song Used to Be Young.
Oh, it's
But
such a good song. So good.
yes.
Yes.
But it made me think of that. It made me think of all the layers of life. She says in the song, I used to be crazy, I used to be wild, but I was just young and then I grew up, but I'm still that girl. It's just that then you discover life and then you're going through different things. I don't know why when you said that, I also thought about something terrible that happened this year. And I know we can be a little political here, so I will.
Yeah, go for it.
But
Absolutely.
Charlie Kirk death.
Hmm.
Um, Literally, I was stoned. I'm a huge feminist. We talked about it. I'm pro choice,
Yeah.
opposite, the opposite
Opposite
in
of pro
French.
life. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm the opposite of pro life. I'm pro choice, which is crazy to me that we put it that way because it's not real. Because I'm still pro life. If it makes sense, but
Yeah, we
that's
we discussed that. That was the one that we did on Prima Donna. Now that I think about it, that was the
exactly.
deep
We talked about the
conversation.
wigs and a baby.
We went to abortion. That was a fun one. That was a real fun one. I do recall all of this conversation. It's all coming back now. But either way, yes, Charlie Kirk,
So,
a
but
commentator in the right wing
realizing
party. Yeah.
exactly, and you know what? I'm a Canadian. I'm more connected to things that happen in France mainly, but I know Charlie Kirk, you know, and I agreed on some stuff. I disagreed on some other stuff. Death, death for ideas. They experienced that in France. They experienced it with Charlie Hebdo in 2015. They experienced it in 2015 as well, or 16, I think, with l'hypercacher. People came in places and shooted at people because they were Jewish, or people came into the Charlie Hebdo offices. That was a journal that was doing a portrait. They were doing funny portrait of religion. So they were doing Jews, they were doing Muslim, they were doing Christian. And some freak didn't like that. So they came in the offices and they shoot.
Hmm.
You know, that was experienced in 2015. America is now experiencing it in a different way. It broke my heart to realize that some people justified. he was an asshole, so he deserved it. No.
No.
You didn't agree with what he said. Sure, he didn't deserve to die. Some people believe that women should be, treated as, housewives, and they shouldn't be killed for that.
No.
And some people want to cover woman's head, you know,
Yeah.
and I disagree with that. But you know what? You don't deserve to die for that thought.
Yeah, I believe that if you're not committing acts of violence, there is no reason for violence to be the
Well,
end of the act. It makes no sense. It made no sense. He grew up. Do you know how crazy this is? He is 4 days younger than me.
no fucking way.
He grew up 30 minutes from my house. I didn't
Oh
even
my
know this.
god.
I learned all this after his passing. And R.I.P. To somebody who literally just spoke their truth. They had their own mindset. They had their own beliefs.
And you know
No
what?
fear. No fear.
You know what we said in 2015?
Hmm.
We said words are stronger than weapons.
Yep.
And that's a tattoo I got. And I'm not into tattoos, but I got one tattoo, and it's a feather and it's an arrow crossing. I love that tattoo. And that was the idea of a sharp word is stronger. It's more dangerous than your bullet. And that's the idea of writing. I write songs. I'm trying to write songs that are going to have impacts. I don't want to write things to write things.
Yeah.
My books that I hope will get translated, because obviously I love them, are always about an idea of society. I had a romantasy I wrote where it's a fantasy world. And if you want to read it as a romance, you're going to read it as a romance. But if you want to read it as a question about society, you're going to read and understand that we're asking where the woman should stand in life, in a relationship, and where the man should stand. And is it okay where the women stand here today in relationship in 2026?
Hmm.
Or is it a little bit too much or not enough? Or, all these questions. And all that saying, what he did and what was great. And that's when you know that someone is disturbing. Whenever someone says something and you don't like him for saying something, that means you might question yourself, even if you disagree. But you might question yourself because you might have beliefs that are way too deep inside you, and that might be wrong, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. The brutality of the situation. Obviously, the actual shooting was murder, literal murder,
Yeah.
on every news channel. Either it's blurred or you've seen the uncut, disgusting version of it. And still, no matter what was shown, the desensitization of culture forced people to go into the comment section and speak their mind, which, in
Yeah.
all of the defense of everything, in America, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to be an absolute dick and say horrible things after people die, especially if you're a comedian like Jeff Ross and people like that. They do the too soon joke where it's something bad happened. How can you make it funny? Right now,
Mhm.
I was thinking about ice and all of the big, everything has been ice recently. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
really,
anything about what happened, but I heard it.
I was really trying to put together a good joke. I really wanted to, I wanted to post something like, I'm so sick and tired of people complaining about ice.
I have
Couldn't
a
happen.
joke, but it might be not really funny. But as a Canadian that doesn't know anything about
Yeah.
ice,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I would have say it's the ice age.
The ice age. There we go. That's it. Solid.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of people talking about ice or complaining about ice. Just get some skates.
Oh,
See, like that winter joke, funny. But at the same time, I was like, I'm kind of being insensitive, and it makes me scared to think about that because I was never thinking about this stuff when I was conservative. But I would like go into this idea like where I'm like, even if it can be taken as a joke, somebody can take it the wrong way, and that's not what I'm trying to propose. Someone will be like, "Oh, so you stand with ice? Oh, so you stand with you stand with murder?" Like
yeah.
that's always
Well,
the one thing or another. You
there's
can't
such
win.
a culture these days
Yeah.
also about, um, you know, taking what someone says and putting wrong words in their mouth and just like corner them and try to make them pass like they were, hating something. I'm thinking about J.K. Rowling that was canceled because she said women's are women and men are men. I mean, okay, is that wrong
Biology
though?
is such an interesting thing for people. Every time that it works in one perspective,
Yeah.
they always say like we're totally on board, trust the science, all good. But when it comes to anything transgender, it's across the board. We
Yeah.
can't agree on this. Why can't we just? It's simple. That's all it is. We're not saying that you're not a human being. We're not saying that you can't identify the way you want to identify. We're just saying, like biology states in the way that the world is since I don't know how long ago that they found it. That's the way that it is. I am not telling you if you're a woman that you have to identify as a woman. I don't care what you identify as. Just give me your name. Like I said on the last chat, I just want it simple and easy and to the point. But it became
Mhm.
such an emotional argument, and then it became the trans has like the highest rate of suicide, and it's because people aren't accepting of them. And I'm like, there's
I'm
so
not sure
many
about that.
twisted ways of thinking about these things. It's like just do it, cut and paste, as you just said. Men are men, women are women, and then if you want to identify, go identify. Perfectly fine.
Exactly.
No one has any issue with that, but
Well,
just don't change what you've put in stone that we have to trust the science and then instantly
mhm.
change your mind on that. It's weird. It's weird. I won't go into that because I don't know enough, and I know plenty of friends that are already going to be offended just by saying that.
That's crazy though. That's crazy
Yeah,
that you're offended
yeah,
because we should in 2026 be able of having a discussion,
of course.
and there's a huge difference about being hateful and being curious and questioning. And if someone is, again, same as Charlie Kirk's death, if someone feels you know threatened by a question, that might mean that your answer is not very strong, solid enough. If you're strong enough, if you really deeply feel that in your body, in your mind, or whatever, you're someone else. You're not a woman or a man. The
Yeah.
the body you were born with. I'm sorry, I'm saying things in my way. But if someone doesn't feel that, they shouldn't get offended if someone in front of them don't understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe, because some people will think I'm a great singer. Some people will hate it. I'm not gonna justify to them I'm a great singer. I'm
By
gonna
the
be like,
way, when it comes to the introduction of these people that are finding themselves, finding their identities, I really like those that are to themselves and they let their small circle know, and then they come out the way that they want to, and they decide the way that they want to with professional help and friends and family that are by their side. It's
mhm.
not these people that go out of their way to be like, look at my flag, look at what I decided last
Yeah, it's
night.
not a show.
It's all performance acts that it's been on media, and it's like it's disturbing because that's what we've been told as conservatives to hate. It's literally like, look at these buffoons, look at these fucking clowns, look at this circus act that they're putting on,
Mhm.
because all we see when it comes to like that type of outness, I guess you could say, just the really really flamboyant version of gay. It's so unsettling because it's like, how can you say that you're just sitting in the regular society but also be like, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's
Yeah,
like they
that was
get
a
you.
question. Yeah,
Both
definitely.
sides, they get you. Like they're making you hate each other. The division is everything. The media, I was talking about this, and I hate bringing it up again, but it's ice again. um, Everyone made a big deal about what's going on in Minneapolis. Everyone made another big deal about something else that happened somewhere, and they're like, here's this big ice case, and I can't believe this would happen, and everyone's got their opinion on it. And I will
Hmm.
tell you that 250,000 people also got murdered that you never fucking heard one word about. So stop caring so much.
Well, they just push things.
It's all one story that they decide is going
Oh,
to be hot and the headline news, and then next week
yeah,
it won't be. No one will care
yeah,
anymore. It just
yeah.
moves on. That is the way that our media is. It's disturbing, it's
Mhm.
disgusting, and I try to avoid it as much as I can because it's emotionally impactful in all the
Mhm.
wrong ways. You want to get up in arms about the right way to do things. You want to have your morals and values and ethics all set. So you have to be like, I'm a better person because I hate Charlie Kirk or love Charlie Kirk or love what he
Yeah,
said or hate what he said. It's like, you don't have to. Just accept the situation. Someone died for their beliefs. Nobody should ever have that happen to them in
yeah.
the world of free speech. This should never happen.
Exactly. And especially, this is the most important, especially in America.
In
It's
America, yeah.
it's the isn't your how you call it, your, it's not your anthem, but it's like um a country of liberty with justice and free speech, something like that for all.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I
I
pledge
forgot the whole
allegiance to
thing.
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for it which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It has been
Okay,
beaten into our brains from the age
exactly.
of 6.
So it's important. Well, actually, I believe that we should all be very caring of our
Of
countries. We
course,
should
yeah.
love our countries. It's important because if we don't love our country, we destroy it. We don't respect it.
And with that, we should also have nuance for those mistakes. Canada has its own
Oh,
mistakes I've learned about with Indigenous culture.
obviously,
And you want to
obviously,
make sure you don't repeat the same mistakes that have happened.
yeah.
You can hold it accountable, but you should not hate the country based on those mistakes. Those mistakes
No,
were
you
made before you were there. There's no reason to hate it. In this
should.
generation, where everybody is about the Trump administration, the whatever's going on between the like world affairs, I'm always like, I just want to see it play out. I don't want to hear about like what could happen. I just want to see it play out. I don't know what can possibly go wrong. I don't know how it can get any worse. As I've made it very clear, Trump is not my number one anymore. There is nothing about him where I'm like, boy, I can't wait to hear this guy speak. I'm just like very irritated why we have old men, grandfathers in office. Like, it's very irritating. I really hope that whatever the next election brings is some bit of common sense and a lot less ego. That's all I got to say. A lot less ego, more common sense. Just run in the world of understanding that we are, not all the same and we don't have
Yeah.
to be. And it's just about the economy. Let's fix the economy. Let's fix this before we go out
Mhm.
and do insanely polarizing acts across the United States, across the world. Like yesterday, or what is it, last week, he was just like, yeah, so you know how I stole the president of Venezuela? Well, I also want Greenland now. I'm getting Greenland. Greenland's mine. I'm like, dude, this is not. He, like, if he were to play Monopoly or a game of life, he would be the one that's like flipping the board and being like, actually what it means is that I'm supposed to get all of the money. See, I spun it. I made this rule where if I spin the wheel a couple of times, I get all the money. So you have to give me all your money now because I decided that that's what's happening. And
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going to buy all the property. All boardwalk is mine. Like everything across this blue area, that's all mine now. I decided that this is mine. Like, it's just, you
oh my
can't
God.
you can't just make your rules like this, dude. But I don't know. He's always going to be this way. There's nothing
He's
I
always
can do.
been very, um, giving a show.
It
He
is
was
a
always
show.
giving the show.
It's a shit show.
I mean, you can take it as a showman, or you
Yeah.
can take it as a very serious
God, if he had a
person.
podcast, it would be so helpful. If
Oh
he
my God,
could
it would be
just
so
throw his
funny. I would
items
love
out
that
there.
show.
Yeah.
The Trump show.
I'm telling you, I told Marina City's vocalist, I was like, dude, all I wanted when he was getting elected was him to say, I'm running as a Democrat to freak the fuck out of everyone. And I would have been like, yep, that adds up. That makes sense. And then he switches on the party and then he goes against DeSantis or whoever was running. And then whoever would lose, I would hope that he would be like, you know what, I'm just stepping out of the race. I'm going to make a podcast. Because, like, all of the MAGA people, everybody would be like, here he is saying horrible things all the time, but he literally has no power in that place. So it was like all about this power thing where it's like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set these boundaries and I'm going to make this happen and make this happen. And some things in the beginning were like, okay, this is common sense. Okay, this is good. Okay, this could help our, gas prices go down. That's like, okay, that's good. And then he's just like, and I fucking hate brown people now. I hate them. I want them out. It's just like, that's not the way we're doing things. And every single like leftist organization came together and they were just like, as you can see, we're pointing towards racism. Anytime he says anything, push racism. That's all that it is. It's racism. There's no reason. There's just racism. It's just racism. And it's
It's
like,
just,
there's no hope, man. I love this country. I love what it was built on when it comes to independence, when it comes to the freedom that we've discussed. Having
Yeah.
free speech is extremely important. Having the rights that we do, I also think that we should be playing by the rules, do things that are not unconstitutional. I don't think
Yeah.
we should be changing anything. I really hate that we're involved in world conflict and that we have so much power as the nation that we do. I
I
really
mean,
wish we could fix internal struggles first.
they're still questioning then because America is still, for now, the first nation in the world.
Yeah.
Most, it's daddy. So
It's daddy.
it's daddy,
It's giving daddy.
daddy. So basically, great power comes with great responsibilities, and then people are going to argue with me. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I don't know. I'm still questioning, obviously, but sometimes is it not important that they intervene, or should they not? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not educated. I'm going to say it. I'm Canadian. I am more interested in music and writing songs than
Yeah.
politics, especially American politics. But I'm wondering, is it something that you might do? Is it something you might not? How do you choose the conflicts? I just heard, I don't know, about when what happened in Afghanistan when Joe Biden like removed the whole
13 people
like
left behind.
yeah, and
Prisoners of war.
what happened to women there
Oh,
then, and I'm more interested in, obviously, the most important cause for me is the feminist cause
yeah.
and my cats, but that's another one. Um, but yes, I would say what's happening in Iran, nobody talks about it, you know, and nobody sees the women, the men, the people that are dying fighting against the regime that they hate.
Yeah.
Um, and we talk about, what we have to talk about. Um, so as I said, I don't know what's going on in Minneapolis or ICE. I just heard that people died. ICE might have killed someone. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's super important as a country that we care about what's going on in our country.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always, we care about one conflict, but not the other. People were caring about Palestine, and now they're not caring about Iran. And I'm confused all the time. I don't know what's going
I
on.
know. That's exactly how I feel too. You were actually very helpful when you posted all of those like Australian like updates on what would happen in that area. What happened to those, sweet peaceful people was
Yeah,
horrible, and it's just another version of murder, and everyone once again justifies it. It's like, well, they shouldn't be worshiping blah 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 blah, and they shouldn't be going against Allah, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's not the message. Once again, it's straight in front of your face. Innocent people were praying and got shot. That's the answer that you need to come to. It doesn't matter what your opinion
it
is.
doesn't matter
That's
any
the
like
facts. Just facts don't care about your feelings. I'll,
and
I'll Ben Shapiro this shit if I have to. Facts never should care about the emotion, and it's
yeah,
always emotion that they push for. But like, oh, that was so tragic. And then that
yeah,
was the same fucking day
and
that Trump put that tweet out about
something
Rob Reiner.
yeah, and something, that, facts shouldn't care about feelings. Same people that said that, it was the same community that shot Jewish people on a beach in Australia. It was also the same community that tried to help, you
Yep,
know?
it's
It was
so awful.
And that saying, that guy was, I think his name was Ahmed something. That guy got, I think, hundred of dollars helped by people that gave him money to try to help him heal. I don't know what happened to him. I
Hmm.
knew he was in the hospital. He got shot, but you know,
Well,
fact don't care.
it was last week's news. You have to remember that
Yeah,
anything
you
that
forgot.
happened, it doesn't matter anymore because now we're taking Greenland and then we're gonna do this and
Oh
then we're
yeah,
gonna do
yeah, of
this. It's
course.
like
And
you
then
got to
take
keep
Canada.
moving. No doubt that's gonna happen down the line, and then you'll hear everything about Trump all the time. But
Well, I mean, we live in a world where Justin Trudeau dates Katy Perry, so everything can happen now.
I still am so the power hungry people of this day and age. The celebrities need to stop dating these dumbass guys with too much power. That's all that I have to say. Scooter Braun with Sydney Sweeney. I could not stand that that was her decision to date, out of all people, one of the scummiest snakes in the music business. And yes,
Yeah.
I will say that on record.
I mean,
Gonna get
honestly,
sued.
From what I heard of Scooter Brown, yeah, I didn't hear nice things. Apparently,
Ruined Justin Bieber's life, I'll tell you that. And ruined Taylor
uh,
Swift as well, but
yeah, well, that I heard that there's rumors, from fan, I might get it wrong, but rumors says that he was the one who, our Lady Gaga when she was 19.
ooh.
Yeah,
If the if that is okay, so that's allegation. Allegedly.
allegation. I don't know if it's true, but
Allegedly, we don't know.
yeah.
Okay, so
Uh,
that's something I never heard about. It wouldn't surprise me. These guys have been horrible for a long time in the music business, especially if you ever were to look into something that's very tragic and so sad, is the Christian contemporary music, CCM, and like behind the scenes of like what Katy Perry went through in order to become Katy Perry. Like
mhm,
her whole like I'm gonna be a good faithful girl to I hate everything that is part of this because those
mhm.
scumbags ruined it and they're so unfaithful. They're so unholy in any way. They're terrible, terrible people, and they ruin the image of what was originally shown. You were talking about the gentleman that was saving a lot of people on that horrible day in Australia. Um, there's a very famous scripture in the Bible where it talks about a gentleman that does not agree with. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll just summarize it like this because I only know the VeggieTales version. I'm so sorry. VeggieTales is a cartoon with vegetables telling you Bible verses, but
Oh,
there's yes, a good
that is so
Samaritan.
American.
Good Samaritan is the name. That's the I think parable or story that is like a very obvious metaphor of how you should treat people. It's two nations, I guess, divided completely, and one person gets mugged and left to basically die on the side of the road. Everyone would come up to him. The people that were on his side would come up to him and laugh or say, "Oh, I'm never going to help that guy. He's too poor for me." The other people would say, "Oh, I'm never going to. I can't do it." Or a person of faith would be like, "Oh, I can't pray for you. Oh, I can't do this because you're supposed to be, out exiled from whatever I believe in." And then there was somebody who he did not agree with that helped him get up, get back on his feet, got
Mhm.
him, clothed. He fixed it. He like saved his wounds, and it's basically like love your neighbor is the obvious like message of it, but also like love your enemy. It's always been like show
Yeah,
love,
that's
and
Jesus.
love will come back to you. And it's like that's the simplest like goal of everything
Mhm.
when it comes down to these people that just are there at the wrong time, in the wrong place at the right time to actually help others. And
Yeah,
it just proves all of what you said, where the shooters are from that same community and therefore they're terrorists, but this man chose not to be. And it's like you have a choice. You don't have to sit in extremism. You don't have to follow along with what you can obviously tell is pure evil. You have an option to actually say, stop looking at me like everyone else. I'm not
yeah,
them. I'm who I am, and I'm going to stop them from murdering you. And that's
yeah.
like a wonderful message that we all should have taken from that. But like I said, it's what last week's news. Got to move on. Nothing else matters anymore. It's all ridiculous, and I really, really hope that that story will come up and we'll hear more of how that went for him. Like you said, he was rewarded. I don't give a fuck about the rewards. I don't think he cares about the rewards either. He's probably
Yeah.
thinking about all the people he couldn't save at that time because of
You
these
would,
psychos
yeah.
with rifles. Just terrible,
It is.
terrible
It is
story.
terrible. And yeah, that's actually, I think, what you said is actually Jesus' philosophy, which was like you gotta help people even if you disagree with them. You
Hmm.
gotta love people even if
Yeah.
you don't.
Gandhi, Jesus, Allah, everybody has that same message, but yet we all hate each other for not
Yeah.
being the exact version of what we said
Mhm.
our whole lives.
Definitely. But it's because, obviously there's so many different speeches, there's so many different people, and we social media tend to do that. You tend to speak to speak loud because
Hmm.
it's easy, but you don't listen. Most people don't listen. Who listens anymore, you know? It's like music. You like music, you listen to a song, you're going to hear it once, twice, and once you've heard it enough, you're not going to listen to it anymore, and many years later you're going to hear it again and you're going to be like, "Oh wow, it hits so different now."
Yeah.
I understand a message, but because before that, and this is, something I'm doing. I'm debunking songs. The things I'm doing in French that I might do in English. I'm literally taking a song. I was talking yesterday about every breath you take
Oh,
from
the police.
the police. Yeah, and this song that is always put, I don't know in America, but in France, a lot of people play it during their wedding. The song talks about stalking someone,
Yeah. Very
Nobody
odd.
listens. Nobody listens. Careless Whisper talks about literally like cheating on your girlfriend. I
Yep.
mean, it's not bad, but
Yep.
that's
Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. We like the vibe, so we don't listen to the lyrics. And then you
yeah,
hear the lyrics and you're like, wait a second, what's happening in this
exactly.
song?
Exactly. So this is why when Charlie Kirk died, I did this cover of I hope you're not gonna hate me, Lady Gaga, because I know you have your opinions, but I did this cover of your song, which is Angel Down. And that song was about, the lyrics were I confess I am lost in the age of the social. On our knees, take a test to be loving and grateful. Shots were fired down the street by the church where we used to meet. And it hit. This is what I felt. I was like, even if you don't agree with someone, doesn't deserve to die. And there's so many different people that will disagree. There's so many people that will think differently. We might not be, yeah, for example, you and I don't have the same opinion on abortions, for example.
Hmm.
You know what? We're still talking to each other.
Yep.
I don't hate you at all. On the contrary, I love speaking with you because you have arguments and you're smart and it's fun and it's challenging,
Yeah.
I'm still questioning myself. You force me to rethink things.
You have to have a solid stance by questioning your stance. Like, there's no way for you to say, like, I totally agree with everything that I think and
Mhm.
nothing will ever change my mind. That won't help in
Yeah.
any way. I've noticed that it's become a goal now. I've seen it on social media, especially in comment sections, to convince people that you are correct on something. It's like only you can be correct, and everyone that like goes on your side, if they give you a like, I even had this happen because I like to piss off people. I went in Chappell comment
Okay.
section and I don't know what I was saying. I think it was about the trans kids that she was like promoting like some kind of like organization for trans kids, and I was just like, oh, I put a gif up. I put Michael Scott just going, it's just like
Yeah.
a little cringy, like not agreeing with that. And I had like 84 comments below, and everybody's trying to like point out like I'm a bigot, I'm a misogynist, I'm whatever. And I was just like, at the same time, I was falling into that trap, and I was trying to convince all of them to believe what I believe. And at the end of the day, Allison was like, "Why are you still going on about this? They're never going to
Yeah.
change their mind. You're never going to change your time. Just delete it."
Well,
And I was
you know
like, you know
what?
what? You're right. It's probably the best
It,
choice.
it's interesting because obviously what I love about debates, and I love debating because I love people when they have argument and they know what they're talking about. Because obviously, um, you know me better than people think might think, but you know my opinion on some subjects, and sometimes people question me about those topics, and they know nothing about it. They don't know anything. They don't know the definitions of stuff, and I'm like, why are you even trying to go there? Are you just trying to argue with me to argue with me to try to prove yourself that you're right? Because
Yep.
if it's that, I'll just tell you you're right, and you're gonna be happy, and we're gonna be over it.
Literally, that is the greatest way to finish an argument, is to just agree with them and then they leave you alone. It's the
Yeah,
best. It's like, do you really, you really are just a misogynist fucking asshole. It's like, yep, that's got to be it.
I
You
am
got it.
exactly.
That was it. Right there. Have a good one.
Oh my god, yeah.
Blow
Well,
their
I'm just
minds.
open the door to that cat again.
Yep, you're good. You're good.
I'm sorry.
Is
She's
she patting at the door like
yeah, yeah. And since now she's a little, sad and stuff, I rather, be gentle to her.
Of course, of course.
So yeah, I opened the door. But yeah, agreed. There's, you don't waste your time with people. The thing is, it's always an ego battle. Is it an ego battle or
Yeah.
it's a battle of ego?
It's both. It is an ego battle in America, and there's a battle of ego in education. Like,
So pun
it's.
unintended.
I gotta say,
So,
like, there's people in our world that will never ever like leave that super ego behind. They're always going to be that way, and I think those people should deserve to get never like they should never be famous. They should just be there, and you can just see them and be like, God, I'm so happy I'm not you. I'm just
I
so
think they
happy I'm
should,
not you, because
you
I
know,
having an open mind is kind
yeah.
of an important trait that we as humans have, especially in the world that we do and the freedoms that we have now to question things, to question our government, to question our
Mm,
society, and to mock it or come up with ways that we can help it. There's many young people. Have you noticed? Gen Alpha and Gen Z have like band together and like created like businesses, like they're entrepreneurs, like they have this motivation, they see a cause and they just instantly act on it. When was the
mhm.
last time you heard a millennial that was like, yeah, bro, instead of leveling up, watching like all like playing video games for one, but watching someone else play a video game was like how we spent our fucking time. It was stupid. And now these kids, they're not following that. Some of them are, but a lot of them are seeing this like nuanced perspective of like, you know what, when I'm complaining about something, I should go out and try to change it. And then they create a like community of people that are in that same mindset, and then they end up on like shows that will show the whole nation that there's hope for the future. Like these kids are
Mhm.
intelligent, and after they do a lot of stupid shit because they're children, they get up to that age where their maturity is just hitting, and they really are going to impact the future. I think it's going to be good,
Uh-huh.
very good for us with I was originally scared of with all of the kids that Allison's teaching. I'm like, they're going to be in charge of like pulling the plug in a hospital, and I'm going to be on my deathbed, or I'm going to have like an accident, like twisted ankle, and they're going to be like, amputate. Like, I was
Yeah.
expecting them to be the stupid type, but instead they're proving me wrong. And I love being proven wrong because it makes me happy, and it also makes
Yeah.
me think. But like, it's great to see these kids like have this motivation that we didn't have, and they're going to do something. They're actually going to go out of their way, and they believe things that are being told to them that have been lies forever, but they believe it so much that they're like, well, if there's a way that we can find a way to make this more healthy, then we will. Like the removal of sweets in a lot of these stores, like the Mr. Beast specifically, he's feastables, like he's just trying to find organic, like actually healthy food to put inside of bars, inside of gas stations worldwide, because he was famous from playing Call of Duty once on YouTube. Like it's amazing what these guys are creating, and I'm
Yes.
so impressed. I'm so impressed. And you're part of that generation. You have a voice as well. You're going to be something big, and you have
Oh,
this real passion behind what you say as well. Like when you're not making your music, it's everywhere. You have passion all around you, Becca.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is true. I mean, I don't think you can keep on trying to make art if you are not passionate. It's not it's not sustainable in the long term
Mm-hmm.
for now, as at least. Um, but yeah, you. I mean, this is this is what life should be all about. Trying to make it a better place, which um, which most people are trying. And if you take that, I'm guessing everybody is every vision always come from almost always come from the same idea. We're just trying to make the best decision we can,
Hmm.
the best, ideas. And yeah, it's great what hang on. It's great what Mr. Beast is doing for that. I want to sneeze.
Yeah, he
I
is.
was like, I'm about to sneeze. But yeah, it's great what he's doing for that. And on the contrary, I see since he started putting his channel in many languages, I saw French people discovering Mr. Beast. I knew him because I speak English, but French people didn't know him until they got this famous French YouTuber to start promoting him.
Hmm.
And it was very interesting because I read a comment recently under one of his videos, and it was like, how would you sell? So we're watching a show of people that are fighting for $5 million in the most expensive set in the whole world ever built, breaking a lot of records,
Hmm.
um, and we are watching that, so we are part of it. It's kind of like a Squid Game thing,
Yep.
we're looking at people,
Mr. Beast games. Yeah, that is
the
exactly what he
beast
was
game.
going for. It's like taking Squid Game and making it into the self revelation that you should get when you watch Hunger Games. Be like, am
Uh-huh.
I in a society like that? Divergent. Am I in a society like that? Is this what we're headed towards? It's always the question.
Uh-huh. And it is super interesting because obviously it's part of it is like what the guy said in the comment was like, it's part of like selling your dignity to make money, and I was like I was questioning myself. I was like, yeah, it's kind of true in a way, it's also not true in another way. This is why my opinion is still, being built.
Yeah, yeah,
But it was really interesting because obviously, yes, it does seem like a Hunger Game kind of thing or a Squid Game, um to watch rich people build things to try to make one of these poor people rich, especially in America because you don't have healthcare.
yeah.
I
Slam
gotta
dunk
I
over
gotta look
here,
at it that
Canada.
way.
Oh boy, you got me. How's your free speech? Sorry, what? I couldn't hear you over the gun rights that we will never lose.
So yeah, you don't have free healthcare,
Yeah.
and no, but that's actually a really good question because um most uh, doctors are supposed to pass the Hippocratic, I don't know how you say it in English,
Hippocratic oath, yeah.
the Hippocratic
Oath,
oath.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna say it in French, just mon Hippocrate. But yeah, you're supposed to pass it, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of the philosophy in the antique Greece, which I did a lot of research on because I wrote a book that
Has
is
to do
in,
with it. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited. Your book is going to come out eventually, and I will learn it after I get the English version.
Honestly, I'm gonna try to make it to make an English version because I would love to have the American market on it. Obviously, it's kind of like a court of thorn and roses,
Yeah.
the this book. So it's kind of this version, but in French. And now I have my daughter trying to open the door. I mean, my cat,
Again.
but again. But yes, so you're doing this Hippocratic oath.
Oath. Yep.
Let me try. Let me try. And it's very hypocrite.
Yeah, it's hypocritical.
Yeah? It's very hypocritical because yeah, you're not saving someone for free in America or in many countries actually, and that shouldn't be normal. You are taking this oath, and that is part of, you know, the whole society that is, I think, slowly destroying each other, like destroying itself, sorry, not each
Hmm.
other,
Yeah.
itself. And that will be built again, hopefully in a better way by this new generation, you know.
Yeah.
with AI, because AI is now part of the
It's
whole
not
thing.
going anywhere. That's just going to improve, unfortunately, and it could
Uh-huh.
ruin a
Oh
lot of lives. A lot of
yeah.
lives.
We cannot be skeptical anymore about it, and we have to, we have to. It's a great technology. Now we have to bring some moral questions about it, because obviously for a musician like me, it's terrible.
Oh, the day it
But
becomes sentient, I am taking its head off. Just so you know, I'm going with a baseball bat like iRobot and Shia LaBeouf mode, just standing with a crowd of people, taking these robots to the ground. There's nothing gonna
oh
stop me from keeping my job. Like my job is gonna be taken. A lot of people's jobs will be taken, but the specific
oh
one will
yeah.
be like front desk workers. Like who cares about those people? It's like, oh, get out
Mhm.
of here. We got robots that'll handle all these
Yeah.
complaints. That's
Oh
how
yeah.
they do
Well,
it. It's terrible.
unfortunately, a lot of work are going to be taken down,
Yeah.
and that's another subject. This is the downside of
But you're going
AI.
with a positive angle. You're saying
But
we're
let's
going
go
to
with
have
positive for
technology,
now.
we're going to have entrepreneurship, we're going to have
Yeah.
businesses, we're going to have great minds that come together and create something that's going to actually move our society forward, our world in a better direction. It's going to help all of us communicate in a better way than the
Yeah.
internet originally did. The original purpose of the internet was what? To internet the people of the world. We were supposed to be talking, and now all we do is send memes to each other, or mean things, or funny things. And that's like literally that's all that it is. And then you laugh at it, and then you have to swipe on to six other things that get you emotionally charged. And then you decide that you don't even need this app, and then you delete it, and then you get it back because you're addicted. And it's a process that they're actually dealing
Mhm.
with currently right now in court, the idea of using gambling tactics in the social media apps. And so they
No way.
probably will be doing some major, you know, I guess you could say vetting of these companies and the way that they're running these things, the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, because there's a lot of it where you can tell that it's made to make us more stupid. It's
Yeah, well, to make you more
an AI
focused.
added to it big time because now AI comes up every other video and you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's real. Their voice isn't, but I don't know if that thing that I'm looking at is real. I can't
Well,
tell.
I'll send you the Papaute cover,
Yeah,
the thing that is on charting in
yeah.
France, because oh my god, oh boy,
It sounds
if you don't
real.
know it's AI, you don't know it's AI.
Oh, that's
I still
terrible.
don't believe it's AI, and it's good.
Of course, it's
Then
good. It's
it's really
literally
good.
supposed to what is it? It's supposed to replicate perfection. That's all that it's made for.
Oh yeah, well, it's not replicating. It's actually, it's a version of the song in a Lions King layer. So it's like, what if Papa Ute was made with the Lion King, instrument vibe?
That is crazy.
It is. And you know what? The problem is, it's a very good song, and it's pissing me off to say it.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, they did so many AI's videos of a potential singer that could be singing the song. The guy that did the prompt probably gets millions of dollars just because the song has millions of listeners on Spotify.
Yeah.
While we do music, but okay, I don't use AI to make my music. I don't use AI to write my songs. I don't use AI to write my books. So
Yeah, it's not part of your personal plan. However, you were talking about it before. The DJ on Spotify, we've all been comfortable with, hearing a mix of different music. I've now made just a giant playlist. I call it Boost. What it does is it boosts all the artists that I care about, and then
uh,
any artist that I finish listening to, I literally just stop them from ever playing again. So I'm like binging. Like I said, I sent it to you all of Taylor Swift, and I'm like, good, that's over. Never play artist again. Because I can only imagine the algorithm is going to think by the end of the year that Taylor Swift is my favorite artist, and I'll be like, oh, no, 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 no. That was for
no, no, no,
research. That was for research. However, I will say, I have to give credit when it's due to the
yeah,
correct album. I think I have
mayhem.
it. Oh, where is it? It's at Allison's, I think. I have 1989.
No way.
Taylor's version specifically. I loved it from beginning to end. As a Taylor Swift hater that I am, a real anti Swifty over here, I could not find anything wrong with it. I felt like it was the most pop that it's ever been. I felt the vibe the whole time, every single song, even the songs I didn't like were like, shit, this works. Like, out of the woods is like a song I've never been a fan of because I really hate the chorus that repeats itself over and over. And when I got to that song and then went from that before and after track, I was like, oh my god, it's perfect. This album is impossible. I can't be mean to it. It's got a 10 out of 10 value. Shit. But I was happy with that. I always like I said, I always like to be proven wrong, even if I believe I've been right for a long time. I can
Yeah.
always give the benefit of the doubt to somebody that is very creative, and I will give her that from 1989. Everything after that, almost everything sucked. So I'm very happy to say I still do not like her.
Well, I love the face of Ophelia. I loved
Oh
it.
no!
Yeah, I loved it. And Gugus loved it too, right before he passed. I put it
Oh,
there
he was
and
vibing. That was his song.
he liked it. But I watched a video of a guy debunking the video clip and I loved every single thing she did for that.
Hmm.
Like the tribute to Ophelia in Shakespeare's novel, to the painting of Ophelia, the famous one. I forgot the name of the artist, unfortunately. And then the whole thing with the bird flying away, and it's actually very very clever. But she's always been very clever, from what I heard from the fan, um, to all of like the clips and the vision. She always had
I
a vision
I have
very
the
clear.
opposite experience with her. I think she has terrible writing skill. I know it's very, I know it's brutal to say that because I'm not a writer of any sort. I'm not really a musician, and many people will roast me for this. But I will say, every time it seems like she finds a new word, she writes a song about it, and it's like she's the first person to ever discover this word, so she has to make a song that is all about this. And I always ask, what the fuck is this about? Whenever she's writing a song like that, The Fate of Ophelia, I'm just like, where did this come from? I'm like, you know what? She probably did stumble on a story, or maybe she is a very, intellectual kind of person, and she loves Shakespeare and she loves plays and she loves theater and all of that. But in my opinion, I think she just finds the word and she figures out what other words can kind of rhyme with it and says, let's make that a
Mm,
song. One of the specific ones I can say is the title of that album, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Her name was Kitty. She spent her time being pretty and witty and moved to a big city. I was like, I'm gonna punch someone in the face if someone tells me this Dr. Seuss bullshit is good writing. I'm
yeah.
dying inside listening to it. There were so many songs on the Tortured Poets department, which I will also have to roast to the core because that album is torture to listen to. Like there were so many lyrics. I was looking at Allison and I was like, "Did you hear that?" I'm gonna rewind it so we can hear it again. We have to hear this great expertise version of lyrics. And I was like, "Listen to that again. What do you think that is?" And she's like, "Terrible." I'm like, "I know. It's terrible." It's, I have
Oh
to be
no.
harsh on people that claim that they're the best writers of our generation because I'm like, no, 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 no. Listen, Eminem running laps around Taylor Swift, even in his corny time, he's running laps around Taylor Swift.
Well, there's not many. Well,
But different genre, different genre.
it's harder for you know I- I'm I'm a francophone. Before speaking English, I speak French,
Yeah.
and obviously to me it's harder to understand when it's, well, I wouldn't say harder. I'm guessing I am harsher than people to judge lyrics because I have a French reference and French people. Dan, I wish you speak French sometimes because you would love what they say. For example, you know that song called My Way?
By Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
Yes.
he covered a French song.
That's right. You told me that he's not the original composer.
Yeah. And the original song, and I speak English and I know how beautiful My Way is. The French version, you cry till your death.
It's just
Okay?
so powerful.
It is. because it's all about these small details in life that makes you realize that you're alive. There was this movie that was very famous in 2010, I think. It was called uh, "The Fabulous Destiny of Amélie Poulain" or something like that.
Okay.
Uh, Something. It's a French movie, and even the American loved it because she was. I just remember that scene where she was putting her fingers in a coffee grain bag, and she was saying that she loved doing that, and that's a small pleasure,
Hmm.
small pleasures of humans. We love doing small things, we don't know why, but we love it. And this song is about it. It's called in French, uh, for habit, okay, comme d'habitude. And he's literally talking about like a love story that doesn't work anymore, but we're pretending together. And it hits because even if you didn't experience it, you do experience it. He's like, I'm waking up, and um I put the blanket on you. I'm scared that you'll be cold and you don't wake up anymore like usual. So there's so many French songs, and I have a reference of, you know, good writing.
Hmm.
I have such a good reference in good writing that it's hard for me to listen to English songs and be like, yeah, that's good. So Frank Sinatra is great. Um, I have Phineas, to me, is great. He knows how to write and make you think about things. But Jin Wingmore is a great writer. You should listen to her. She's amazing. But yes, not every single song's pop music is great. Sia is one of my biggest inspiration. She has great song and horrible song, but I gotta give it to Taylor Swift for "The Faith of Ophelia." From what I heard, for the lyrics, I loved it. And I'm just gonna open the door because my cat is literally crying.
Yep, you're good. You're good. I can't even hear her.
Sorry about that.
No.
She was crying like a little baby.
Oh, she's got to go.
Yeah. Well, she just, at this time, this hour, she's usually chilling with the big one. So it's harder
Ah,
for her.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a transitional moment of having to, yeah, accept it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's hard for her. This time she's supposed to be be licked all over the place because she doesn't know how to take care of her hair.
Yeah, so he would bathe her. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. So now she's a little sad, She's like, "Where is he?"
Oh, so
Yeah,
sweet, so sweet. But okay, so
adorable.
Fate of Ophelia, you said is a great song. I'll check it out again. I like the vibe of the song. I could say the music part is not bad. It's just the writing. I'm just like, I don't know
I
what you're talking about. I think you're too,
I think, yeah, I think you should see it as
complex.
a tale. For example, I love for me one of the greatest Anglophone writers, Florence and the Machine, Florence Welsh.
So weird.
Yeah,
So weird. Vocalist has the weirdest voice. She has a song with Taylor Swift. I think it's one of the worst songs I've ever
Florida,
heard in my life. Yeah, I hate
Florida.
it.
I don't like that song. I don't like that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, uh, don't don't take that song as a
No, no,
reference.
no. Of course not. No, no.
You should listen to Shipwreck. Uh,
And the one
one of
from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, really? What?
You never heard that one? Hold on, hold on. Let me do it. It's like. You heard that song?
How's it called?
So it's like. It's the last song in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a very famous.
Oh, the dog days are over.
There, Dog Days Are Over. Yeah, that's it.
Dog days are over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
love that song.
Such a
But
weird, like, vocal song.
yeah, she has a weird voice, but it fits the
It
part.
fits? Okay.
And she has a song called Cassandra. And Cassandra is the tale of Cassandra. Do you know Cassandra
No. I'm
in
learning
the
a
Greek?
lot about tales today.
That's that's my jam. I love tales. I love Greek. I love ancient Greek. So Cassandra is a tale of she saw that the Trojan would enter the city, the while Troyan is going to be, invaded, and she saw what was coming for, but because she refused, I think it was the story, she refused to sleep with Apollo. Um, he decided to curse her so she would see the future, but nobody would believe her.
Whoa. That's deep. That is
Yeah,
deep. We've talked about it last time, or probably two times ago now. I don't even know how long ago we discussed Les Miserables. Les
Les
Miserables.
Misérables.
Les Miserables. Yes, exactly. So that obviously, like you were saying, like original French would have had so much more depth to their sound, and I think that musical in general is like definitive moments of where I think French could work with anything. Like
Yeah,
that musical, that movie, I know it's not even great. Like a lot of people like really hate that Russell Crowe was in it. But I'm like, guys, the message that I get from the movie, the feeling, the heart, and the misery is just so well like understood.
executed.
It's prominent throughout the entire movie. This experience that you're supposed to go through, that you're feeling with Jean Valjean, and so by the time he gets to the end, and you see all those characters come back for this huge finale, and it's
Um,
just that hopeful like joy, like you can't believe that this could be here. Like oh man, that
yeah.
musical is amazing
Well,
always.
Victor Hugo was a great writer, huh? He wrote the Notre Dame Hunchback. Do
Hunchback
you
of
know?
Notre Dame, okay, the one that's not Disney, of course, the original.
Yes, the real story is way deeper. It's terrifying, actually. Um, and yeah, he was a huge, huge, huge writer. And usually, when we say that we refer as English to the language of Shakespeare, in French we either say the language of Molière. Molière was a big, big theater writer,
Yeah.
or of La langue d'Hugo, the language of Hugo, Victor Hugo. He was he was a huge, huge sir, of course. And yeah, there's so many layers. There's so many. Oh, wow. Well, I think, you know what, you're convincing me without wanting to do this the same show I'm doing but in English, because French culture is crazy.
Yeah.
And you guys should definitely listen to French music more, because I thought I remembered that song. In English, it's called. He sings it in Folie à deux.
Oh.
The Joker. The last song he sings on the phone to Harley. If you go away.
Oh.
You remember that song?
And that's a French song originally?
Yeah. And the original never was recorded in a studio. We only have him singing it live, and Brel, Jacques Brel, that's the name of the singer. He always delivered performances of pure trance. He was in transition when he was singing. He was he was the song. I'm gonna send you a video. You have to watch it. You won't understand anything, but you'll feel
You'll
something.
feel it. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember everything you're ever going to send me is going to be seen like in the next couple of weeks because I'm always behind on something else. And so I'm like prioritizing it.
No
So
worries.
I'll say before we finish this chat, which has been going very, very smoothly, I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that we've been going on for 2 hours because I don't know how to say this. It felt like 4 hours. Every time I'm like, are we going too long? Are we going too long? Because we rambled. But I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's only been 2 hours. Okay. But I will say like this vibe that we get with each other, awesome. Every time. Every single time. It's like I knew what I was coming in for was Hype City. Let's get that song out. Everybody go and check it out. And then we go straight into real world stuff. We go into
Yeah.
what the meaning of love is, the meaning of heartbreak, the meaning of death, the meaning of life, the meaning of it's just like this is the deepest conversation and it all came from Guilty Girl.
Yeah.
It's
So
Guilty Girl
know
that
what
it
you're doing
ignites
to
it.
your guilty girls.
I was thinking about another thing and I couldn't remember what it was because you were talking about that song. Oh, okay. So this is how I always consider America. It's very very simple. There were incredible artists of all time. I'll go through all their names here. We got Leonardo da Vinci,
No.
right? And it's like this is the famous, like everything is beautiful and exquisite and thought provoking, and then America has the same mindset and creates the Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
That's what they give us. Now, obviously, they talked about it in the comics with all the turtles are based on those names, but literally they move on and they're just like, yeah, cool, flashy, fun, yeah, dude, rock, yeah. Like that's literally America, how it sees anything. So if you could translate anything in from French into English, that's how it's going to be taken. It's going to be like, here's the message of the song. So what you're saying is cowabunga, dude. That's what you're saying, man. Cowabunga, dude. They're just like, imagine like if we sent that kind of like writer to the old days when Leonardo da Vinci was actually like painting. He just walks in. He's just like, cowabunga, dude.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be like, so this means if you go away, I will always die from love. Yeah, that's so sad, dude.
Yeah, be like, oh, bro, be like,
Yeah. This is a sweet language, you know. We have the same, like they have the same in France,
yeah,
and this is what I am so bummed about because they forgot about the real song, the real music, the nice one, you
yeah.
know.
Well, things
That
things that have been sappy have been like off. I guess you could say you don't have it on mainstream areas anymore. Like there was a movie that I really loved called The Whale. It's based on a stage play. It's with Brendan Fraser, and he has to play a very obese man dealing with a lot of heartbreak. And it's one of the most quiet and sad and just self-destructive kind of movies. And by the end of it, there's just some kind of feeling that you get from it. And I guarantee all those people that couldn't make it through Stranger Things without hearing the same plot 5 times while they were searching on their phone, going through TikTok, because that's how they dumb down society, would not make it through at least 5 minutes of the movie without going, oh, this movie sucks. It's boring. Oh, it's so
yeah.
slow. Like, that's how our culture, unfortunately, has treated real art. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there will be a merger in the future that will be like some kids that grew up with a completely different perspective, and they're not
Yeah.
stuck in 6 7 skibbity
Yeah.
toilet like all that bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that there's some people that are going to change it. One of the coworkers that I have has been listening to music from the 80s, R&B, a ton of like really good old school stuff. And I'm like, you're 21? Thank God Almighty. Somebody actually listens to good music still, and it's
Yeah.
not just bullshit 24/7. So it's like you have music with meaning out there. Hopefully it'll have more of an impact in the future. Kate Bush, thank God for Stranger Things, even though I've shit all over the last season. Kate Bush having that song running up that hill back on the radio, even though it was overplayed and everybody was like Stranger Things, Stranger Things. Like if you listen to the lyrics of that song and the
Yeah, it's a great song.
feeling,
It's a
right? It is
really good.
so good. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? This is cool. And it makes me question so many things. I always want a song that makes me think. Like
Yeah.
Guilty Girl makes me think. Makes me think about how great this chat was. Makes me
Oh
think
yeah.
makes me think about how many things I'm gonna have to edit in the next 400 days because it's
Oh
gonna
my
take a
lord. Yeah.
while to figure out where we were going on each topic. But I loved it. I loved it. If you guys had a great time with this chat, please always give us some comments, give some likes, give some love to the incredible artist that is Becca Swan. Once again, round 5, we've done another incredible chat. Talking about great music. We've already talked about the future of what you have coming. We got an album on the way. Get ready for a completely different vibe. We are looking at Amy Winehouse style on one of the songs, and I am excited to see this whole evolution. As I've always said many times, I love the evolution of an artist and just seeing what their thoughts are and how many things they already have in their back pocket. Like I had Yafanya that'll probably be coming on very soon and next month. talking about her new song, and then that finishes her chapter thing. And she's probably already got like 4 more chapter book things that she's going to be writing songs about. And I got other guys that have had their minds set on, you know, heartbreak and things like that will make some incredible anthems, just like you did with Guilty Girl. That'll be like, yeah, go get them. You know, you're not broken forever. You're going to be lifted out of that. And so let's finish off with a wonderful, wholesome mark here. We have the lyrics of Guilty Girl, once again, pulling them up since the first time we talked in this chat. This is the self monologue. One of my favorite things that I can expect in a song is where an artist has a self revelation and a self reflection and finds the actual message that they're supposed to give to themselves. They have Eminem that's done it, NF has done it. No, most likely, I think younger Taylor has done it. There's a lot of great artists that do this, and I think that this is a great one. It says, "Hey, little darling, breathe. These walls are your keep. No shame within this hall. Your heart runs deep. Let your tears fall free. Let them heal your scars. Speak your truth. It's the crown you wear. Wondering who I am when your world falls apart. I reign as mother of shattered hearts." Oh, sorry. Wait, it's poetry. Like, it's beautiful. Beautiful little moment in the song, a spoken word part, works with the beat, works with the vibe, completely different from any other bridge I've ever heard from you, and I loved it, and I think that you guys will love it too. Once again, those lyrics are part of the song Guilty Girl, which we promoted here today, that you guys all need to be listening and sharing with everybody that you know, because this song is great for everyone, especially girl power. We need to have more of that, non-toxic girl power that is all about lifting yourselves up from hard moments, hardship, and making yourself into absolute queens that you are.
Agreed. Couldn't say better. Thank you so much.
Of course, and great to have you back, Becca. We'll make sure round 6 is even more casual. Like you said, I'll have a couch, and I'll just have everybody like come in, and I'll be like, all right, pick a movie. We're gonna grab some popcorn. While we're watching the movie, I'll be like, "What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. We're watching Les Miserables." And then I'll just be like, "So, Becca, how's life?" And you'll be like, "Pretty good." And then you'll just sit there with sweatpants on, just like having your feet up, like a kid in the back of school in high school, just like sitting there, hoodie on and everything, just be completely chill. And I'll just
Can
be
I
like,
bring
"This is it."
I'll bring my cat.
Yeah, bring the cat, absolutely. And we'll just be petting the cat. That'll just be the most chill
Yeah,
vibes. And
definitely.
yeah, I think Yofania said the next one we need to be in like pajamas, holding lightsabers. I'm like, I'm loving this, guys. You get the vibe right. This is exactly what the show is supposed to be. Chillax, have fun, be open about anything on your mind, and make the most out of this. And I can figure out in a way of editing it to make it as promotional quality as can be, but also just fun. I like to have fun listening to these episodes. There's so much like depth to it, but at the same time so much excitement that I can give to other people and be like, "Oh, you're gonna love this part of this episode." And now, thank you AI. I'll give this credit to AI. The podcasts are read, studied by AI, built into Spotify, and it will give you chapters that tell you each topic discussed. And I think that we'd had that on the Prima Donna one, where it like showed
Oh,
each topic that we discussed, and it has been nearly spot on with everything recently. Like, it got me 100% with the High School Musical video that I made for the 20 years.
wow.
If you read all the chapters, I'm like, that is all
On point.
100% accurate. Like, that's all
Wow.
accurate. That's crazy.
Incredible.
So if you guys are like, "Oh, I can't tell if I like this chapter," move on to the next one. Just scroll
Yeah.
down, hit the chapter that you like, anything that interests you, anything that doesn't interest you. Open your mind, open your heart, live a
Yeah.
little, live a lot, live a long time, as long as you possibly can, and cherish all of those that you have in your life, because you never know when time is up.
Agreed. Agreed.
I'm talking over. I'm mansplaining. Sorry, hold on. Let me manspread for Taylor Swift over here.
Yeah, go on. Wow.
Yeah, no, I
Well,
love this. This is so much fun. All right, guys, thanks again for watching another amazing episode of the podcast. Hopefully, this is a great video and doesn't have too many random glitches or anything like that. I saw a couple of times where the audio just cut out, but I made sure it was when you were talking that it was coming back on because at least it would sound exactly the same. We'll see how it works in the long run. But this was such a fun episode. I'm so excited to have you back on again and talk about what your whole project is, hopefully by the end of the year, and give you my perspective on all of these demos you're going to send me. I'm so pumped for the next era of Becca Swan. This is your year. We're starting strong with Guilty Girl. Everyone, please, once again, comments help us, likes help us, and clicking the links in the description always give us a reason to keep making more content so you can enjoy it, you can learn new things, and you could just chill with us because that's what it's here for. We're just chilling.
we are.
All right, guys, have a great one. I hope you have an amazing day and stay safe out there. Peace.